Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing very nice. I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. Hi, if you're new, welcome to the channel. I really hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, consider subscribing. Welcome to a space where we hyperfixate over books and coffee and a lot more things. I have already done a video like this for the romance genre, so I will link that in the description if you want to check that out. Today, however, we're gonna be reading thriller books, and just like the romance reading vlog, I have a list of thrillers that I have been anticipating reading since a very long time. I just want to say one thing before we get into it. Towards the end of the video, I have cheated a little bit, okay, because I have already read this one anticipated book, but I read it last year, like literally last year around Christmas, and that's what I'm saying. It's been in the edits since a long time, and I have added that into this video because that was a very anticipated read for me. That was releasing in 2025, and I could not post about it when I read it back then because it was not released yet. Now it's released, and it's been a long time since it has been released, and now I'm gonna read these books, and towards the end that book is going to be there, and I'm warning you beforehand. Not a warning, but I'm just like giving a disclaimer because that is in a different setting, because I was in a different house. For now, here is a list of thrillers that I want to read. Obviously I'm not going to be reading all of them, but we'll see how many we are getting to. The list is Lucy Foley's The Paris Apartment and The Guest List, What a Way to Go by Bella Mackie, who is also the author of How to Kill Your Family. Yeah, How to Kill Your Family. The One by John Mars, Tenant by Frida McFadden, Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson, We Solve Murders by Richard Osman, Hidden Pictures by Jason Recula. We are starting the video with The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. I have already read around 40% of this book. I'm on page 145 of the book already. I forgot to put the bookmark in. This is such an odd and interesting story. Basically, Ted, who is the main character, probably one of the main characters, his flight is delayed, and so he's just like talking to a stranger in a bar and on the airport itself, and they just like start sharing stuff with each other because like they're strangers, so who cares if I'm just gonna share everything with you or whatever. And he's just like, oh, like I don't really like my wife that much because of something that happened, like I just feel like killing her. And then she is like, oh, you should kill her, and then they just embark on this journey of like killing her. It's so weird and odd, but it's also very engaging, also because you get to see the second perspective of the woman who he talks to at the airport, and it's so weird again, but it's very engaging. It's also definitely an adult book. There's so much adult content in the starting of the book itself. It made me very uncomfortable. I unfortunately, like when I was going through the book like this, also saw that there are other characters involved in the book whose POV we will get. So right now we're getting Ted's and Lily's POV, and later on we will also get other POVs, and I am so intrigued and excited to see how this is going to wrap up. Right now it's twisted, it's uncomfortable, it's also gross, and it's just like very weird, which is making me intrigued, and I like that factor in a thriller book. This is more of a mystery though, like where is the thrilling part? Like nothing thrilling has happened yet, no like ooh waiting or whatever, but the mystery is building up, and it's building up well, and it's still engaging while the mystery is being built up. So everything is going good till now, and this is the first book that we're reading in today's video. Let's get into it. Done with The Kind Worth Killing. Wow and whoa, it just kept getting crazier and crazier and crazier. I did not get that ending. Why? What was that ending? You build something up for so long, and then that is the ending you give me. I literally have had to read ending explained of the book to understand, and now that I've read some of those, I'm like, what did that letter mean? What did that letter mean? This is like Verity. Oh, also like this character also is like Verity. Yeah, if you like Verity, I think you'll really enjoy this book, because what did that mean? Did that mean something? Ugh. Really enjoyed this book. Yes, The Kind Worth Killing, a good one. There has been absolutely not one moment in the book where I've been like, let me just drop it, or like, ooh, I'm a little bored, or ooh, it's going slow. And then there are these inception moments, and it's really nice. At the end of the day, it's a unique book, and that's what I love about this the most. There is thrill, there is mystery. The thrill is very subdued, it's very like layered, so maybe you won't feel like heart palpitations or whatever, which happens when you're reading slasher thrillers, but there is like a little bit of humming that will happen like in your nerves when you're reading. Also, oh my god, things are just hitting me over and over again. The female character, Gone Girl vibes, Verity vibes, not exactly Gone Girl, but yeah, oh god. Apparently the only way in which I can articulate my feelings right now is oh god, because it is so good. I'm just like shocked to my core. I will say, like, towards the end, before the book has ended completely, apart for around like 25-30 pages, I was like, why are you giving me this information? Does it have anything to do with the story at all, or have we just like suddenly switched to being character driven literary fiction? But what did that mean? What did that letter mean? It leads up to something. I think I will give this, for now, I think I'll give it around 4.5 stars. Once time has passed and I keep thinking about this book, then there is a possibility that it can be bumped to 5 stars. It's good. It's really good. It's definitely going to be like one of my go-to thriller recommendations, which I was looking for, by the way. Like, I was getting quite bored of recommending like my old thriller book recommendations. Now I have a new one. So yeah, that's good. Good one. On to the next one. Cold, cozy winter night. It is actually Christmas Eve today, and I have gotten into cozy clothes, which for some reason I feel like I'm literally wearing this in every video, but I am actually wearing only this in my real life too. This video was not actually planned at all. I actually did not want to make any new reading vlogs whatsoever at this point of the year, but I received such an exciting ARC today in the morning. I opened it up and I was like, oh my god, this is actually happening. Like, I was literally so excited, and I just knew that I'm not gonna read this book alone. Okay, this I have to read with you guys, especially because I'm gonna read it earlier than the release date. Okay, so I just planned this random vlog out of nowhere, and now we're gonna go ahead with it. I don't know why I'm speaking slowly, because literally nobody can hear me. Like, I'm alone in the house, but I'm still gonna speak slowly, so excuse me if the audio is not good enough. But now, revealing the book. We have Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. I am absolutely in love with that cover, even that little detail of read me. It also came with this sweet little message, which is a handwritten message, by the way, from the publishers, Pan Macmillan India. And I am so grateful for it, because as much as I appreciate this, they don't really have to do this, you know, but they do, and I appreciate it so much. It also has this little quote on the back, and I was just absolutely obsessed with this package. I was really excited in the morning, plus I actually did not request for any book, so I did not know that I'm gonna get this one. Otherwise, I would have also unboxed it on camera, but since I have received it in the morning, I am literally waiting for a time where I am alone and cozy, and I am done with all of my work, so that I can cozy up and read this book. And right now that finally the time has come, nobody is going to bother me whatsoever. What else are you going to do except read this book when you have your hands on it? Alice Feeney is one of my most favorite authors ever. I have one book by her, Rock Paper Scissors, which is the first book that I read by her. Absolutely obsessed with it. Then I read Sometimes I Lie at the beginning of this year, obsessed with it. And then I read I Know Who You Are by her again this year itself. It is my 5-6 star thriller of the year. I am 100 pages into the book right now. The first line itself myself. I was like, what? If all we need is love, why do we always want more? Alice Finney and her life lessons made creepy by the plot. And then there is a lot of romance going on because there is a couple in the book, and I'm like, is this a romance book? I haven't read the back of the book, but the book starts off with the main narrator's wife going missing on the same night when he becomes a New York best-selling author, and the night that was supposed to be the best night of his life becomes the worst night of his life because now a whole year has passed and the man has written nothing at all. Because of that, his agent decides to send him off on an island so he can be isolated and he can write, and we basically are following the story from there. What happened to the wife? We don't even know what exactly happened. Like, how did she go missing? What happened in that 1 year? All of those things. The main character in this book is so whiny. He's missing his wife a lot, which is absolutely okay. Like, I get it, it's valid, and he's always having these questions about what exactly happened to her, and that is valid, but he cannot stop talking about how that completely ruined his life, and I am so done with him moping around about the same thing. Also, it's not following Alice Finney's usual pattern. So all of the books that I have read till now, there will be multiple POVs and there will be multiple timelines going on, and there is a mix and match of everything, and in the end everything makes sense. This one is reading like a normal book, like a normal thriller. It's just going ahead in time, not much of a back and forth going on. There is a lot of description of the island and all of the places that this guy is going to. That makes the book so atmospheric, especially right now because I am reading at night, but it was also getting a little bit boring. However, creepy, strange, eerie things are just happening out of nowhere. Like, the description of this place will be going on, the mundane things will be going on, and then in the middle just like this strange thing will happen, and you're just like, wait, what just happened? Since I am alone right now, I am actually feeling creeped out and scared. Like, sometimes my windows are rattling while I'm reading the book, and because the book is so atmospheric and it's so descriptive, I am like, am I there? And also, like, it's surrounded by water. It's not exactly cold in the book, but it feels like it is cold and dark, and right now it is like a winter cold and dark night. Till now, I have absolutely no predictions as to what is going to happen with it. Honestly speaking, this book is reading more like a horror book, less like a thriller book. All of these creepy, eerie things, they're scaring me, okay? It's also reminding me of We Used to Live Here, because it's just happening that I cannot tell you because it'll be spoilers and I don't want to ruin the book for you guys. But there are so many things happening that are so eerie. Eerie is the right word. I'm gonna read ahead and see what exactly happens. I'm coming at you with an update. I am 200 pages into the book, 195 pages to be precise, and I was actually going to draw the book. I was like, okay, I'm gonna cross the 200 pages mark and then I'm gonna drop it, because in the last 100 pages there have been a lot of descriptions of all of these places, and also a little bit like the history of this island that the author, the man, is living at. And while I am pretty sure that it has something to do with the ending, it felt a little wordy, especially for a thriller, and I felt like my head is about to start aching from all of the information. So I just thought that I don't want to rush to the ending, you know. I don't want to not like the book is just because I got tired and I decided to binge it even when I am tired. So I decided, okay, after 200 pages I'll keep it. 200 page mark, something just happened, probably like the first plot. No, actually there have been quite a few plot twists already. I did not expect that, and now my interest is peaked again, so now I have to read the last 100 pages. This is an experience that usually happens with me when it comes to Alice Finney books, because it has happened so many times where if you ever see me talk about Alice Finney books, ever, the middle 100 pages are where I lose my mind. Everything is messed up. I really don't know what is going on, what to expect, what not to expect. I still don't have predictions. The only one prediction I had, which I thought would be towards the end of the book, is 100 pages earlier. So I'm like, if you are already introducing that now, what are you going to do for 100 more pages? I'm so excited to read ahead, where I lose my mind in the middle. What makes it satisfying is the ending of the book. 3 books that I've read by the same author, the ending was very, very satisfying. Everything clicked into place, and that's the reason they're the best books ever. One book that I have read by her, which is Good Bad Girl, the thing was that I was still losing my mind in the middle. I still did enjoy the story, but the ending was not satisfying. Like, I did not go through that for that ending. So if the ending is not good enough, in this book, then I'm going to be very, very mad. Apart from that, I am enjoying this book so much. I feel like this book is doing things that you won't expect from a thriller book, and that can be off-putting for a lot of people. Like, if you're only looking for thrill, then maybe you'll be like, oh, this is not the book for me. But you guys know I like it when genres do something that they're not supposed to do, or they defy their nature and they do something a little bit more. If it was just surface level and the characters weren't this built and not have these little details about them or little details about the place where they are, it wouldn't hit as hard. Plus, it does talk about a few social issues also. Now it's just a matter of the ending, because if the ending is good, then this is probably the best book that I will read by Alice Feeney. Shaking a little bit right now. I don't know if it's because of cold or if it's because this book is just making me all like, what is going on? What is going on? Nothing I have read before. What is going on? Oh my god. I mean, I know exactly what is going on, and thank god, but this is awesome. Wow, that is unlike anything that I have read before. Even like till the end, it has read more like a horror book, except that there is nothing like supernatural going on. A horror slash mystery book, that's what I can think of right now. And that ending, one of the best endings ever. It's not just a plot twist, it's just so much more. This entire book is so much more. I've never read something like this. Something that satisfies my mystery, plot twist part of it, and like a good story, like unhinged story part of it. Part of my, I can't speak right now. I'm gonna talk about it once I have processed a little more about what I think about this book. I actually cannot speak right now. Hi guys, why am I saying hi? Okay, I'm here with an update for you guys. I have not recorded it, but I did start reading TheOne by John Mars. I was actually reading it on my Kindle the other day. I'm not going to hold the book over here. I'll just put a picture because something happens with the lighting every time I hold the book. Basically, I started reading it quite randomly. Not that it was not on the list already, but at the same time, I had not planned on reading it, but I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, what do I do right now? So then I just started reading the book and I got 10% into the book. But then I don't know if it was because I had just woken up from sleep and I was like still a little groggy, and if that was the reason, or the reason was that, you know, like the actual reason, I was getting quite annoyed or bored by the book, because I think I got like 8 or 10% into the book and there were like 15 perspectives, and I love perspectives so much, so that should have been like something really cool for me. But again, I don't know if it was if I was sleepy, or the actual reason was that perspectives were nowhere near crossing each other's path. All of these characters, they're going through something, and the one is about like this gene thing which helps you to find your soulmate, and all of these characters are on the path of finding their soulmate, or they found their soulmate or whatnot. Like, there's just like different stories going on for all of these characters, and you start with one character, then you see where their story is going. Second character their story, third character their story, fourth character their story, and then it just keeps going on. And there aren't actually 15 characters, but at the same time, like, it felt like 15 characters because the stories were not merging with each other at all. There is no tying up together, nothing. The only common thing within all of these characters is that they're all on this app or on this gene thing to find their soulmate, or they're with their soulmate or what. So this matching thing is the only common thing between all of these characters. And then I was like, okay, I may just be sleepy, that's why I'm getting bored. I kept the book. The next day I wake up and in the morning I have read till 50% of the book. 50%. That's crazy. I just think that if you are not interested in a book till 50% of the book, it is okay to DNF it, and that is exactly what I have done with the book, because I thought that okay, 10% is way too less for me to judge the book. Let me just like read a little more and see what exactly happens. I kept reading and I kept reading. I'm not gonna lie, there are like a couple of perspectives, couple of characters in the book whose story with this matchmaking thing was very interesting. I forgot their names. First of all, we have Christopher. I really liked whenever his perspective was coming up because he is messed up. And then I think there was Nick, which is also like his entire story is quite messed up. So I was getting interested here and there whenever like their perspectives was coming up, but I still kept waiting for all of these things to merge together, and they weren't. And now here is my thing, I don't even care if they don't merge at all. What I would have preferred, instead of like having this character and then jumping to this character and then jumping to this character, you start their story, you finish their story, you start this person's story, you finish their story, because there are so many perspectives that I don't enjoy, and then I have to read through like 5 chapters to get to that character again for their story to continue. So like this, I have gone through 50% because I wanted to get to Christopher's perspective, I wanted to get to Nick's perspective, but in the middle there's Ellie, there's Mandy, where I was just like, it's so predictable. I knew what is going to happen. I was almost like just rushing through it. I was not even reading the book. I was just wanted to get to the point, you know, like what exactly is going to happen. Also, this was actually going to be the end of the video. This was actually going to be the end of the video, but I have got literally one of the most iconic ARCs ever, and I couldn't talk about it, but I can when this video is going live and even today. So I am going to include it in this video itself, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you, like once you come to know that this book has released, you will want to know what I think about it. So the book I'm talking about is Not Quite Dead by Holly Jackson. It is her first adult thriller. She usually writes YA thrillers, and if you have no idea who Holly Jackson is, or if you have forgotten, she is the author of The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, 5 Survive, all of these books. And you guys, a lot of you have come on my channel because you watched my vlog of The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, because I was completely obsessed with it. It's still one of like my most favorite thrillers ever, 6-star read, whatnot. And I always say that the first book in that series is completely YA, but at the same time, as you move forward, especially the third book is adult, and I think they also write on it at the back of it that it's adult, and it got so dark and so crazy, and it's one of like my most favorite books ever, because Holly Jackson, first of all, is an iconic writer, and then when she dives into the adult, like she doesn't have those restrictions of young adult. I am so excited about this. Literally, I am going to get done with all of the shooting and the work that I have to do today, and I am going to sit and read this book. I was actually supposed to start reading it like 2 days ago, but I started reading TheOne instead of that because it was just like available on my Kindle and it was closer to me, so I just started with it. And now that I am done with that, I have DNF'd it, I'm reading the adult thriller by Holly Jackson, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna read it tonight. I am 41 pages into the book. It's one of the most interesting premises I have read when it comes to a thriller. Our main female character goes through something and it is deathly, and she should have died, but instead of dying, she now has 7 days to live. So she had like an option to opt for a surgery or live for 7 days, and she has chosen to live for 7 days. What do you mean do something? Something great, something no one had ever done before. I'm going to solve my own murder. So the main character is basically going to investigate her own murder, which reminds me so much of Pippa when she herself was being stalked, how she had to take care of that. The premise is not similar at all because she was just being stalked. She was murdered. It's just a different feeling when you're fighting for your own life, for your own self. So a very interesting premise, definitely, and I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm just gonna sit and read ahead. I just want to let you know what the book is about. I already have a guess. I already have a prediction as to who the murderer is. Time has literally flown by with the book. I am on page number 249. How much is that? I have this much. Oh, it's like almost halfway through, or exactly halfway through, I'm not sure. I literally don't know how the time has passed and how I went to page number 249. Like, one of the reasons may be that the text inside this book is like really big, and so it's easy for me to read everything. But also, I think I'm skimming a little bit when I'm reading, because let me tell you, I think that there's very little happening and there are a lot of words and like a lot of build up going on. So for example, obviously our main character, she is like not quite dead yet, but at the same time, like, she is going to die after 7 days, and we really like keep repeating that over and over again, which I understand why, but then at the same time I'm like, okay, just like move on from that. Like, I want to know what exactly happens in the story. That's what I'm interested in. I really like it when the main character is very developed, especially like that is one thing that Holly Jackson does very differently in her thrillers. So I'm really enjoying that aspect, and it's like the Holly Jackson vibe to it, but at the same time it's not cutthroat at all, and it's quite slow when it comes to the development of the story. There's barely any plot twists going on. I have to say though, like, there was this one thing that I predicted. It did come true, but like in a different way, and I'm pretty sure that I was led to believe that. And every single time something like this happens, I just feel dumb. I feel dumb. I feel like I'm just mid and dumb because the author wanted me to believe something and I believed exactly that, and then I called it a prediction. That's just dumb. I want to continue reading, but at the same time I feel like I shouldn't be reading it if I am already skimming through it, because quite a few things in the book feel repetitive to me. So like I'm already in that space where I'm like, okay, move on. And what if like now the last 40-50% of it is left and I really want to savor it. I'm also quite sleepy, so I think I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm very excited to see the ending. I really do hope, like, I'm just having some faith in Holly Jackson and hoping that everything that has been built up till now, it has like a good ending in the end, you know, like it all comes together, and that we were not fed useless information, because I don't like that in thrillers or mysteries at all. Like, what I enjoy reading is when you shouldn't be skimming through anything, because every line holds something, and like a little bit of like keeping you on edge at all times. And a lot of times in the book till now, I have felt like it's been like I've been like, oh, a little sloppy, like it's okay if I miss out on this, and I don't like that feeling. So I'm just really hoping that it all plays a role in the end, in the last 40-45%, and the ending is worth it. Time flies by so rapidly, because here we are at the end of the video. No, not that rapidly. I'm like literally working on this video since ages at this point. But you guys, I got done reading Not Quite Dead Yet, and I'm gonna give you a review of this right now, like in a second, and then I'm gonna give you like a short review and my final thoughts on all of the other books that I've read in this video, and then we're gonna end the video. Get ready. Why am I saying that? I have to get ready because I'm shooting it like this. Sorry. Dead Yet has done it again. Holly Jackson did it again. Oh wow, I was getting bored, and that is like my one complaint from this book. I was getting bored when I was reading it, right? And I just wish that this book was around 50 to 80 pages shorter. If this book was 50 to 80 pages shorter, this would have been a new 6-star read for me. Or maybe I am actually going to reread the book to see if I was getting bored, if it's actually boring. I don't know what it is, but at the end of the day, the last 40% of this book, wow, things obviously started connecting with each other. And oh my god, Holly Jackson, she spins a web. Okay, the web spinning thing she does is like iconic. How everything just like goes with each other, and how the answer is not as simple as you did it. No, this is a whodunit, like who was trying to kill her, but the answer is not going to be as simple as you did it. No. Plus, there is a subplot of romance. Obviously, there's a subplot of romance with Holly Jackson thrillers, which makes it so much more interesting. And that ending prediction that I had was equally true and not true. That is what happened, because it was true. Like, I literally guessed it in the second or the third chapter, and it was true, but not what I thought. Only That's it. That's what I'm gonna say. Just like the way it happened was not how I thought it would happen. This ending is the ending we deserve as thriller readers. No copping out. No just doing random stuff to like make it all neat and clean. No. It's going to be rough. It's going to be edgy. It's going to be crazy because it's a thriller. It's a thriller. You're not reading a rom-com. It's a thriller, and Holly Jackson did that. So I have a new favorite thriller, which leads me to all of the books that I have read in this video, starting with The Kind Worth Killing, which I think I gave it around 4.5 stars when I was talking to you guys last time, and I think I'm gonna keep it at that 4.5 stars because it was also really good, very smart and very verity vibes and everything. I just really enjoyed that book, so that is going to be a 4.5 star. Next up we have Beautiful Ugly, which by Alice Feeney, which so masterfully done. I have already talked about this book so many times before, which is why like it's going to be a little repetitive right now, but I think that the way that book was written was very masterful. I don't care if it is not exactly thrilling. I don't care if, you know, it's a little bit like slow. I really don't care because the story was just like so interesting. Also the horror vibes that it gave me that night when I was reading, like I was getting chills. It was so atmospheric. I really enjoyed that book, so that is absolutely a 6-star read for me. Then we have Hidden Pictures, which is another horror novel. I'm gonna stay with a rating of 3 stars. I will tell you, it's very fast paced, very bingeable, very good at atmospheric vibes. Again, if you want to read a horror novel, but please read it at night, like that is so important. Otherwise it's gonna seem a little phony when you read it. It's gonna seem a little pretentious, but at the end of the day, the way the story was crafted, it just did not hit me at all. I was not able to connect with it at all. So I really liked the bingeable factor. I really enjoyed the characters and I really liked the atmosphere and the horror feelings that I got. I did not connect very much, which is why 3 stars. We have The One, which was a DNF, and I don't know when I'll get back to it. You guys convince me in the comments if it is something that I really need to get to. And then of course we have Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson, which for now is going to be a 4.5 star. But I will tell you something, like I am going to think about it for a long time. This is like a must read. You should read it. It's an adult thriller, which is also one of the reasons why I'm not giving it like 5 stars, is because like I thought it will be very intense because it's adult and it'll give me way more chills than it did. So that is also a reason why it's not a 6 star. It's really gruesome, which is why I won't recommend it to teenagers because it's very graphic. But at the same time, there wasn't really anything in here which is like not suitable for, like, I would say, like if you're 17, you know, if you're like about to turn 18, that sort of age. So this one was a banger. I got 3 amazing thrillers out of this video and I am so happy about it. I hope you guys also enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.